Hello, and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration. My spaceship is almost done being filled up. And while I could put a little more, I think I just verify what's in my inventory and then set my destination, Novice orbit, and launch. Which I just have to press that button. Do I have to hit enter here? How do I... Enter near the front door. Oh, there's actually a door. That's pretty cool. And I'm inside that now because the light died. I'll wait till it's the day. But I have 50 life support. Hopefully this is 2 days and 46 minutes, not 2 hours and 2 days and 46 hours. No way, so it's definitely 2 hours, 46 minutes. So let's figure out how that will work. But make sure I'm not carrying too much unnecessary junk. Some of which will just go into a storage chest. Maybe one stack of those on the off chance that it matters. Never mind, I already have that set up and I don't want to clear it. Got these. These are useless in space, I think. Landfill. Do these space assembling machines? They do not. Bet the electric furnace does nothing. I don't think the belts. Okay. These are here. I'll connect them where they're needed later. I'm carrying one of each. I'm bringing some of those. I should hopefully be able to craft what I need. Worst case, I'd have to do this all over again. I'm inside. And orbit. No landing pad. I have the thruster suit with this. And I launch. My robots crashed again, probably. They still haven't repaired that. That is pretty weird how that landing works. Okay, let me see where to store this, huh? Need to make sure I don't accidentally click the life support canisters. Don't drop too much of that. I guess I need to get the important materials down fairly quickly. Ever landing without a landing pad ever again will be annoying. Hello. Space landing is a mess. And kind of funny looking. kind of wish it didn't do this, where it's just sort of in space. It's a little funny. That is so much scrap. It's a weird system. It is confusing me more than it probably should. Can you be very careful with my control clicking? I need to not accidentally control click the life support stuff. I brought extras of those. I like this. They're just free floating in space. Pretty well done. Yeah. I guess I'm assuming this is hours, minutes, seconds, as opposed to days. It wouldn't be 40 hours, that would be silly. Oops, wrong direction. I just wish it had clear units. Like, it can be interpreted, I like units. This is... I shouldn't put that down until I actually need it, because I don't know what kind of space I need yet. Well, I guess I will have to do this at every new base location I travel to, won't I? It'll get better with better robots, but... it is pretty annoying. Yes, I'm running an RTG. I probably should have ran solar, huh? Maybe one RTG, the rest solar would have been better. Because of increased efficiency up here. I guess, yeah. Local network, I forgot about the just sort of automatic existence of a local network. Okay, that's most of this stuff. I just have to wait for these bots to charge, which is... I should have solar paneled it for sure. But I can clean up all the scrap. That just, poof, gone. It's such a weird structure to imagine. All this stuff just sort of floating above the planet. Completely abandoned. Okay, I need to get access to these chests. Some of these are weird. And then I figure out what I need to... Oops. didn't mean to pick that up. Oh well. I'd have to figure out what to focus on. I actually didn't bring pumps up here, assuming they wouldn't work. But I guess, despite needing space pipes, the pumps, normal Nauvis pumps, work in space. Oh, that's not a thing I can break. I don't like that. That's a real decontamination. There's a space manufactory. Okay. That's free. Beryllium, free. Ooh. Oh. You know what? This is a good argument in favor of belt immunity. Though. Flying solves that, but... I've never really felt like belt immunity upgrades were super important to how I played. But these space belts are fast enough that they might actually be pretty valuable. Oh yeah, deep space. Like multiple tiers later? I have no idea where these are even researched. Down this chain. Yes, actual these belts. I had assumed that these deep space belts had different tiers, but instead they just have different colors so that you can use undergrounds across each other. But they're all the same speed. And I assume they have to be separate undergrounds, because otherwise what's the point beyond aesthetics? Oops. I didn't want to pick that up. I want to leave it there because then I can keep track of it. Telescope. Is this a telescope? Oh, this just does stuff. Okay. It's not like press enter to look at space. Oh, I missed one. Turn that off. That's interesting. This default material here has faster movement speed. It's very specific. Great suggestion on the warehouses. I could not imagine if it would even be possible to manage this without warehouses to store all of the stuff. Ooh, a lot of space pipes and platform plating and space rails. Platform plating is 150% walk speed. Cool. Placement restriction. Space. But it has a pollution absorption of 0.15 per meter per minute per chunk. You robots, stop crashing. Yes, dropped cargo. That means it is them crashing and dying. I finally confirmed it. Don't send that away. I need to be faster than I'm not being fast enough. Because I am counting down. I need to at least have a way to refuel. Okay, those are free assemblers. Recycling and the space science. Space science is important. I could have a robot do all this cleanup for me. But I need to keep track of what I'm picking up. Ooh, this is a constant combinator for red signal to modify the color of the lamps? Seems kind of funny. Okay, I think that's cleared enough for now in this area. So, check up here. Some solar panels. So, this space is not needed right now. And now I can use this space for anything. Yeah, very tidy. Okay, but I'm half energy. That's the energy buffer. Okay. 2.5 hours to get stuff going, I think. Because I could have brought up a... No, well, yeah, I'll get water eventually, but I didn't bring up a pre-crafted way to refill these, so... Maybe I can craft one, but as it is, there's limits. I hate this. Bugs me so much. But the first thing I need to do is get research going, because with no research, I can't make progress. I can't do water just yet because I need research. Yes. I shouldn't forget to put down the landing pad, because that would be horrible. It should be central-ish. Place it there just so I don't forget. But that's placed so I won't forget its very existence. This needs... Ooh, that's cool. I'll think about where to place stuff later. Yeah. I mean, I could do stuff with this to move into there a little more easily. Like, if I want to grab stuff directly, it might be nice to have it relatively central instead of fully in its own world. Oh, did I get a recycler for free? That's the only use for scrap, right? So if there's no other use for scrap, I can make scrap here, or I get scrap as a byproduct. Yeah, I think I should just recycle. 100 scrap. I feel like right now, neither of these are that valuable, huh? It compresses effectively. It reduces the amount of space taken up, but I guess I'll need to deal with the scrap eventually, but because I don't know what byproduct I want yet, probably easier to just leave it as scrap for a little. Where did I put all my other unused ones? Okay, those should never leave my inventory. That will pose a problem if I forget them. Store the chests, I don't need those. Fish. Goofy. Wait, did I get a free cargo landing pad when I got up here? Or did I craft one for... No, I definitely didn't craft one for home. There must have been one already up here. Because I didn't craft two. It's... Regardless, I have one in my inventory now. I should put this down, see what it looks like. Okay, a lot of recipes. That's going to be useful. So I have 5 assembling machines and 1 manufactory. The first thing I want to do is get basic research going. Most of this was shipped here. I just need to make belts and water. The water is assembling machine or manufactory. The belts are assembling machine or manufactory. Yeah. And it is space. Okay, this is where ice will come from. So I will get water from this area eventually. First step, space transport belt. That will need to be provided with liquid from lubricant. And that will feed that. Oh, so okay, yeah, it's still there. You need my barrels. I'll do... I mean, like, 1 barrel is enough for a lot of craft. This is silly. I shouldn't do it that way. I should pipe it between the different things that need the lubricant, and then I'm not just wasting time. There's a lot of factors. Ooh, yeah, cryogun. That's cool. With bloat burst ammo? Glacier. That's kind of neat. I'm gonna mess with that later. Where are my pipes? They're here. Oh, that's really weird. You can't rotate those. I assume they connect just fine, but... Yeah, I like this and... Cosmic water? Can I not do... Decontamination. Decontamination will go in this area for the moment until I figure out... Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That'll be useful. It's just interesting that they didn't just directly copy Oh no, these don't rotate. I thought they did. I guess I convinced myself that those rotated. They're taller looking, and they didn't just copy the exact visual, but... So water up above means temporarily empty the water barrels. That will get those. Water... Temporarily I'll do requester chests for this. Can I just... read ingredients and then set requests? Yeah, and then I can put down bots that these are not passive providers. Still doesn't work because it's not within the network? It seemed like it worked, which that's easier than what I did. But why did that not... This request is here. Oh, wrong type of bot. I forgot. I put the wrong type of bot entirely. That's silly. That will fill up. Put one lubricant barrel in here. I have no other use for the water barrels. I'm not gonna put them all in. Just gonna fill that up until it stops for now. Okay. Cosmic water. These are being built. These should go somewhere for now. Yeah, very quick. Very easy. Not really automated quickly, but to get stuff started, I just need it working. Space science. I just need to pipe that over there. And be very wasteful. This is not the fast way to do it. I mean, this is slow enough that I don't actually need to store more. This is so slow. I just wanted it to start going before I... So process solid stone. I'm thinking of whether I want more of these, in which case how I set up the requester will change. Because I could do like... I could do 2 and then put a requester in a better spot. Obviously the lubricant's not enough. Only speed. Only speed. Ah. Oh yeah, how fast is the manufactory? 10x crafting speed. Makes sense. I'm gonna use up what's left and then actually convert it to a manufactory. It is... Well, it's not 10 times as fast, it's a little less, but it's 8 times faster. So instead of taking 75 seconds, it takes a little over 10. Oh, this is so much fast. That's plenty fast. And I can even place it right here. didn't even account for that properly, yeah. Okay, but this will be set up. This is temporary. That's a lot of stuff. Ooh. Does it have a much bigger stack size? Or when it's being filled by a inserter, it never fills up as much. That's what it is. So, science priorities. I've enough to get a bunch of these. I need to find water. This is high priority, which means industrial furnace, cryonite, ice processing to actually get the water. Yeah. Capsule after that. And then once it gets there, I'll deal with it. That's fast. A research speed of 19 versus a research speed, well, it's 10 plus 9, but these are a research speed of 1 plus 0.9. And I forgot, yeah. Wasn't wasteful. Well, it wasn't too wasteful yet. I put the productivities somewhere. I know I have them. They're there. That is so much productivity. The research speed's kind of bad by comparison, but 62% decrease in speed is huge. Okay, I'm gonna accept the slight loss. I shouldn't put it there. I shouldn't waste the ice. Or waste the space on the ice. Oops. Then fill it with speeds. It now goes at a 28 crafting speed. That is very fast. 1.86 a second is so much. Yeah, I think efficiency is nice. Okay, let's add this. One processing, 1 fuel, 5 stone. And then I can multiply it. 1 processing, 1 fuel, which I can never find. 1 fuel. 5 stone. I'm thinking of that. Fuel, processing stone. It's so fast. Oh, making like all sciences here would be so nice. Okay, multiply it all by 5. Should be more than enough. I just need to extract this onto belts. I might want to put it into a chest to buffer. I don't know. It's an interesting, like, design difference, I think. Like, oh, bigger stuff to deal with. Because you kind of have... You have more space in space. Robots, please. Be more careful. They're consistently crashing here because that's where they mostly drive by. Okay, so science is working. I could add more speed upgrades instead of productivities. Oh, wait, how's the power? A non-issue. So while that's working away a bit, I can now start considering other stuff. Like making this look better. And thinking for a moment. I need to get the ice mining once I have the ice processing. Because until then it's pointless. Or it's annoying. Yeah. I guess I could just check. I dismissed adding more, but 2 more with full productivities would be very sustainable. Ooh, I don't think I sent up glass, so I don't have electric labs. I knew I would miss something that would be useful. And I think that's what it is. See, I can't scale it up yet until I go back down. They're doing a good job filling up my next rocket. Primarily with research, and I probably need less of that than I have listed. It won't ruin anything, but yeah. When I go back down, I'll probably empty some of this stuff out, depending on what's necessary. I can cut this down now to like... I could cut it down to 0 for now. And then adjust as required. This I could up. I'll do that 150. Oops. Should be a lot of research materials. Oh, yeah, like, not putting it all into the same storage mess. I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna make a basic... Can you do this? I can't. I didn't think I would. Nauvis science? That's convenient. I'm glad I made that as a group. Okay, everything's functional right now. Is there anything else that I need, or that I can make before I go back down? Also, I might actually shift that earlier, because going back might be more pressing. Rocket section can be added directly to the space capsule in order to launch without a cargo rocket silo. Useful for moving characters around, but not their cargo. I'll have to figure out how that works once it's researched. Do we even have any? I shouldn't have any parts up here, do I? I have cargo pods. Yes. I do need to, yeah. Not even just the barrels, I do also need to supply... I mean, the water barrels are temporary, so this one's less important. I need the other one, though. My lubricant needs to be set up. It needs to supply the lubricant there. And it needs to give me the barrels back. Oh, I'll have to figure out where that is then. So barrel reprocessing is in a recycling factory. Okay. Is that just a direct one-to-one? Going back in both directions? The barrel just costs 1 steel as well. Yeah, that's super efficient. Very impressive. Did I bring any long? I did. Ah, this is not the way to do it. But it's funnier, so... It's excellent. Space science is slow just by virtue of productivity and not having multiple of those. That can wait. The science itself should be completely stable as long as I supply the materials. So now I should start separating out. I probably want to use a warehouse. Or I could do a couple separate groups of science materials. Like I could... Stuff will ship here, and then I can dump all sciences into here in the future. I can't... Oh, it's a shame I can't use the logistics filters for that. It's still easy, I just wish I could. I think this is not components, I just want... I missed one. I hate that order. Blue feels like it should be before military. That will keep it all in one spot. I've researched one technology. I carry less barrels when I'm moving stuff. Yeah, that'll be enough to get it out of there. Then I need the ingredients for this. Motor, density, steel, and lubricant barrels. Doesn't seem ideal. There's a lot of free bulk inserters that I could be using. Or, more accurately, should be using. Not even could. Unless there's some reason to leave the train tracks how they are. But I'm going to leave the tracks, because if I ever have a reason to build a train here, I'm going to use those for the aesthetics. I'm looking for the barrel of lubricant. That's funny. This was placed there, as though it would be pulling out of what I could only assume you put a locomotive there. Those bots do their job? No, they won't, because there's no construction bots. That will draw the first set of ingredients for the belt. Then I also need to draw processing, rocket fuel, and stone. Rocket fuel, processing units, and stone. Then I can just swap that. We'll go much better. Still not very fast, but it's 5 instead of 2, so definite improvement. Future science after this. The reusability and stuff might be worth it. Is this a flat increase? Because if it's a flat increase, it's probably worth getting 1 research to go from like 99 to 100. Because I think that would guarantee this cargo transit never loses anything. Oh, it's... Am I misreading it? Oh, base is 20% and you need... It goes from 20 to 24, not... This is not the loss. I guess none of these are... Oh, it's this one that's 10%. Where this one states it's multiplicative. Okay. So this one here will never get... It'll practically reach 100%, but it'll never be 100%. I'm trying to go here. Because, yeah, the Nauvis trip is 99.01. It would go from 99.01 to 99.99. Which, if it's multiplicative, that's basically 100%. I was just thinking about anything shipping here that I might need to move, but it's not the one I was thinking it was. If the rocket cargo safety was additive, it would 100% be worth it to get it to 100% to here, for sure. As it is, it's still probably worth it, but the reusability is less useful. No, long term it's... Once this goes through 20 researches, it's going to be amazing. I mean, 0 loss is better than... Or, like, less loss is better. So... I think I would do robots next. Probably not both robot researches, but... Uranium ammo. That's very valuable. Energy, laser... I'll stick to the low cost ones first. How much inventory? 5 more slots? That's nice. Product speed 3s are pretty good. Logistics are valuable. Better capacity is nice. Kind of like the jetpack to just go faster. Actually, Shooting speed. Oh, yeah, that's a big shooting speed increase. Oh, that's a... Yeah, both of those together is a huge improvement. I should probably do the manufactory, though. I could do lasers then manufactory. It doesn't really... It won't really matter. Because I'm not going to do the manufactory right away. So something that just takes effect is probably better. But I think being able to make more of these would be good. Oh, I didn't think that counted. It does, because it lists pump jack. I didn't think about pump jacks. That's very good. I severely underestimated it. So. You've not yet researched sailing valid as an emergency burn. Research space capsule navigation to unlock more options. Expect to lose 50% of each passenger's inventory. Items stored in the capsule's inventory will be safe. The landing will compromise the capsule. Okay, now it's updated. Issue orbit outbound from Nauvis. I kind of want to know where that is. Because I think that gets you to here. Cool. So it is indeed go from here to here. Maybe to there. And you can just sort of bounce gradually. But to Nauvis, I have 73 out of infinity. 0 out of 0 and 27 rocket fuel. I should probably take the pylons out. I don't need to go down yet, but I can now, and that's a good thing. This needs to output. Probably just gonna move all the steel into there. Which is then gonna go up there. But if I feed all the steel from this up here, it's gonna overdo it? No, it's not. It shouldn't overdo it. Because fewer barrels are used. So I think it should be more efficient to just ship it there. Pylons. Those space transport belts look so sad. They're not right colored. Okay, halfway. But I should get the... rocket fuel in there. Launch disabled, no passenger. And the trip back up should be easy. I think it's worth leaving now to get more labs built sooner instead of delaying that. I guess I should double check this that I don't have supplied. I should do that before I leave. Bring that down to like 10. Why did shift clicking the lubricant put 187? Is it based on the current No, because that's not 187 barrels worth. Weird. Yeah. I'm thinking, because I have to go back down to bring more labs up here if I want this to just go faster. And if, I guess the question is, can I space capsule back up here with just like 4 labs for relatively cheap? They don't really describe it enough. Space capsule? A standalone space capsule can be used to move your character, not suitable for carrying cargo. Okay, be prepared to dump your entire inventory into a container. Okay, so it severely increases fuel cost, which is not that bad. Like 15 parts and... I mean, anything less than like 500 rocket fuel might be worth it just from a time perspective. Oh yeah, if I just... So I think if I just want to build 2 more labs and I bring pre-built components, it should be worth it just to triple the speed without having to add speed upgrades instead. Because it is a lot slower than it could be, and it would be so easy. But before I leave, I should check if there's anything that I'm thinking of doing here and now. Like placing, at the very least, place these on the ground and not just carry them back down. Default, change channel, default. Let's actually, this might be a bad idea, but if I Nauvis orbit. Am I draining all my power? I am. That should be enough. No. Gonna place these down to maintain stuff. Okay, this is not a correct placement. Yeah, like the... labs definitely need to wait. Like, I need to leave to improve the labs. So that is something I need to come back for. While I'm here, I guess I should decide how I want to... I could... If I link the transmitter to this, and that, it can share the amount of research here and then the ingredients as well. that probably also wants... Mm-hmm. I guess if I just add... Like, here I'm reading the contents of those. I can add other components, but for simplicity, I'm just going to look at that. Then I move the receiver set to Nauvis orbit over here and feed that, or I don't even need to move it, I just connect it to the green line. Then this will be reading what's stored in here. Ooh, that's something I missed. That might be why some of them are slightly more, a little bit over capacity, because 2 of those didn't have their hand size being read after I added them. Yeah, this... Actually, I can test this, can't I? Because I can do wires remotely via magic. Which is a little weird with how I have it set up right now, but... Yeah, 112 being requested, which I don't think there should be any being requested if this was actually sharing a signal. Do I need to maintain the signal color? Do I have to use green? I do have to use green. That's interesting. It makes sense. It's good to know that it keeps it separate, though. If I do this, is there any reason to... I guess long term, for sending cargo to other places, I want to restrict on a planet by planet basis, except if I just have a dedicated rocket silo for every planet, which short term is probably doable. Well, medium term is doable. Right now it would be annoying to have multiple silos because rocket sections, but it's probably better to make the rocket silo more flexible instead of making it purely tied to one planet. I guess I can manually swap this to wherever I want it to go. I just have to control the requester. Total items needed. I'm just wondering if it is functionally any different to do it beyond the, like, potentially better flexibility in orbit. It doesn't seem to, at first thought, it doesn't seem, oh wait, I wonder if that's accurate. It might not be. It might just always glow in this fuel. Whether the circuits are up there or down here. The circuits being down here means it's this rocket silo would have a dedicated location that it's going to. If the circuits are at the destination, then it can be more destination specific, which is probably worth it. Okay. I think that makes sense. We're like, it's a simpler... It works better as a failsafe. And like, ideally power doesn't go out in space, but in a scenario where it does, it's better to have a safer side effect. I might be able to craft them up here. Stone. Can I cook in space? Can the manufactory cook in space? I don't think so. I don't think the normal... I don't want to reuse that. It's already in use. I guess they are, they have a lot of consumption. They have a lot of... They drain a lot of energy, so they probably empty their buffers quickly. Makes sense. Progress. This is gonna take a while. I think at this point it is probably... Other than sorting objects a little more effectively, I think it's probably fine to leave and come back. Just get it all sorted out. Because I didn't bring stone bricks. Stone bricks are preventing me from crafting the circuits while I'm here. Stone bricks. Didn't expect them to be the issue. Plenty of fuel. Most of the stuff's fine. Can I place these here? I can. I was pretty sure I'd be able to. And there's probably a use case, so I might leave, like, some of those. Okay. Down to Nauvis. Yeah. I think... Oh. That cut was a little awkward. If stranded, you can use the respawn shortcut. Yeah, that's cheap enough. That's totally justifiable to get the stuff I need. Oh wait, I have a cryo gun and a bio gun. I'm gonna get sidetracked for a minute and just shoot some stuff. Who's the easiest? These guys. Actually, no, wait. This group there. Single nest. So, biogun. Blowed up, making movement difficult and doing damage over time. If they die while bloated, they explode. Total damage of gore projectiles is 50% their max HP. That's so weird. And then glacier ammo has no description at all. It's like important to know. Oh, it's like an... Oh, that's so cool. That's so good. Oops, self-damage. That was really cool. It's a huge AoE. And they just kind of chain exploded. I think that's really strong. It must be late game and just not obtainable as ammo right now. Because, like, if you had a big enough horde, you could destroy an entire nest so quickly. Bloat burst. Yep. It's biological science, which is far probably. Yeah, that's far. And so is the cryogun because it needs astronomic. And that's just a flamethrower, but ice. That's cool. That sounds kind of fun. And I mean, if I had to destroy stuff, going for the bio stuff would be really interesting, but there's a lot of factors in the practicality. That doesn't look great. Might have to address that. I probably don't need to address that before I leave, but I think I will need to address that soon. It's almost empty. Ooh, fully empty? Not quite. Yeah, the iron is still fine. I'll just have to address it soon. Okay. Store this stuff. I do want to see, like, bio, space. I'm not using these anymore because I don't have ammo. But there's biological stuff, there's space stuff. Refill my generic and then I'll turn it off and sort other stuff out. Oh yes, I should really put this down so I don't have to deal with landing way out there. Looking forward to the science split. Oh, that's a dead-end science, okay. So the science progress, thermodynamics and biochemical, gets utility and production, which lead to biological, material, energy, and astronomic. I feel like biological might be the most interesting, but I also assume it's probably the most different. This doesn't look super dedicated. This is not relevant. I should focus. If I can land there, it'll be nice. So I'm here for labs. I don't have batteries up there, so I need to request some batteries for me to carry. Processing, low density, those are both up there. Motors are up there. I just need the labs. Labs need a lot of glass and burner labs. And burner labs are single cylinder engines. Wish I didn't have to find all this stuff. Bought malls to just get all these generic small things. Such a easy thing to miss. Where's the stone brick? Oh, it's logistics because it lets you run faster. Even though I've never used stone brick for paths. So I always forget that it can technically be used as a path, so it qualifies as a logistics component. $10 gigajoules per hour using only solar panels. That's funny. Oh, that's actually extra funny. Because I wonder how that... I guess it's just the solar panels produce that much. Wait, no, it's extra funny because that achievement is influenced by the modded being in space. Which kind of makes it a lot easier to hit 10 gigajoules with solar power. Ooh, that copper's not right. At this point, the slowdown shouldn't be... Yeah, the slowdown here doesn't affect the flow. No, I probably could put that there. So that's still full. That could have more going into it. But I'm just using up too much of the copper for it to keep up. Okay. So the only solution is more copper. Is my copper running properly? No, my copper's not running at all. Is this mined out? No. It is, however, a bit slow, so I should find more copper. Oh, that would have to be defended by lasers. These would not. How do I want to run this train? So I'll go out here. I guess I can have it turn there and just down and over. I could. I did forget it. I'll have to decide. I mean, in the next 6.5 hours, I could scale up my power, everything in power, to make it safe to run core mining. Core mining's not actually that expensive, is it? It's only like 20 megawatts to pull. And then I need to be able to process it. Processing is tough, but the actual mining itself is not as much. 25 megawatts, yeah. So that's not actually an issue. It's the processing afterwards that's the issue. Currently, this produces 100 per second, which means 5 times this, 5 times that per second. I just need to make sure I'd be able to process all of that fast enough, which means I would probably need to set up a restricted oil input using pumps so that it priority draws from this first. The water and the pyroflux. Yeah, the water can be used up by the pyroflux. I'll need a little more water, but that's trivial. I just need to burn the steam. Burn. I need to use the steam. Which is up here. I have core mining over there. I have core mining there. This leaves me with space to work with. Maybe once the coal was worn out, it'd be easier. Yeah, like... I guess it's a small enough amount, and it's a liquid, so it can collect for a little while before becoming an issue. Like this core mining location, I didn't really leave myself space, but I do have space. I could make a dedicate, like, I'm assuming basically dedicated, like, iron processing, copper processing, all the outputs, having dedicated rail processing locations, which, if there isn't a new upgrade, setting up industrial furnaces is probably a good time to do that. to step away from this as my smelting system. So I should craft one just to look at it. My stuff is here. And it's empty because I'm out of... That's not right. Huh? Why? I know why. That's short on reds because my reds are low because I'm low on copper. My copper will run for a bit, but that's because I just got a train shipment in. Yeah, I think immediate thing is I should mine the copper in the bottom right. Just get that so it works right now. Oh. I guess, is that the sort of liquid smelting? I think I should connect to... I should pull both of these together to fill one train station. I should have left these mining drills up there. I should also swap my life supports. Okay, this is cleaning, which I can't do here anymore. The reason I wanted this extra set was so that I could more easily just maneuver. Life support cleaning. My robots should reach here, right? Yes. They're just slow. Okay, so I feel structurally, if I figure out how it will float, I think structurally that should be... That seems approachable. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna put those. Like, I could probably still do the general layout and then just fix it up. I shouldn't have brought the solar panels back down, that was silly. Ooh, I don't have small cylinders in anything, okay. Like, I could get stuff laid out, sort of. Yeah. I guess I'll have to see what the building looks like. I assume it's probably just, it has fluid inputs. So if I just plan for fluid inputs, then it should be easy enough to build ahead of time. That doesn't look right. Because it is right, okay. Can I just place this? I can, cool. I am lost. I'm trying to find my batteries, which are being produced down here. Chests. Beacons. Oh, beacons. They're such a valuable boost, but they are... I don't know, weirdly they're like absolutely the bane of design. For me, it's like, okay, gotta work in a place to put these alongside all this other stuff. They're not like... It's not complicated. It's just an object. It's simple, but just add so much. Okay. So separate from the... like, separate from the space age diminishing returns, it's actually just one. That's better. Well, diminishing returns, exponential cost? Sort of different. I guess that is. If the cost increases exponentially, then the returns are diminishing. It's the same thing. Where's my small motors? I have random production somewhere near here. These guys. I never upgraded. Ah, I love it. I love not upgrading stuff. Until it's just so incredibly behind the tech tier. Okay, I'm crafting 10 per, which means I want 30 if I, well no, 20 if I want 2 more. That's expensive. A lot more expensive than I thought. I was gonna leave them, but with how expensive these are, I think I probably should. But they're not expensive, just annoying. With how annoying these are, I should pick them up. But my rocket science is actually in a good spot. Yeah, full row. Okay, I have 24 labs. I need 6, I want 6 more before I go back up. I'll just set the capsule down now. Don't get hit by a train. And just dump some of my fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The rest won't refill. Burner labs limited by small cylinders. Were those robots trying to deliver stuff to me? Probably. Okay, turn off that. I should... if I want 10... That's more than enough batteries. I already have everything else but batteries and electric labs up there. Don't need those. Okay. Now, I was trying to make one of these just to sort of see how they work, but my copper is a much more pressing problem, so I should stop getting distracted. Ooh, that's finally empty. Good. Okay, it's not efficient. But I'm gonna just draw it here, so I want to go down about that far. Go across to about there. I could. It's gonna be faster to just do this if I had the cliff explosives. Give me as many as I have stored. Yesterday, as I was preparing for the space launch stuff, I realized I don't have refined concrete being made, so I can't just make elevated rails. So I need to actually... I should consider getting that built, because they're very convenient and they look cool. But refined concrete is pretty annoying. Basically just because it uses concrete, but... Wait, it's less annoying in this. Normal concrete doesn't call for sticks, does it? Maybe it did, but the fact that it already calls for iron sticks makes it less obnoxious. I just need to supply steel up here, and then I can change how this is built, because this is super duper bad. That wouldn't be that hard. Oh, don't want to leave this robot behind. Oh, and Nauvis. Nauvis isn't always in the light, so maybe it's... The Nauvis orbit's not always in the light. Don't get by train. Maybe it's worth... Ooh. I put away all of my life support. I'm glad I was checking. I don't know where I put it. Probably in a random chest somewhere. 20... Oh! Because it's a storage chest, it's moving it here. Maybe I misclicked it and I trashed it? That'd be fine. This worker robot speed upgrade will be so welcome. What's this one? This one is 55 more. Tier 3 is 45 plus 55. It's probably an acceptable choice. It's doing the weird flicker thing though. I really don't get why that happens. I wonder if it has something to do with... like, when they run out? Is it because of productivity? It spikes when there's a productivity trigger and that messes with it? So it looks all jumpy, but it actually is... It actually is kind of jumpy. I think that makes sense to me. I don't like it, but... Do I break my nice layout and just pull this straight into here? I probably should. I should make an intersection down here. And it should work just fine. Landfills. This is faster to do by myself when it's not this. I should just place this manually. Up to there, it's gonna be faster doing that way. Saved a lot of time. If I wasn't in a rush to get this moving, I should just do it via roboports, probably. I am going to connect roboports eventually. Well, do I need roboports here? I might not. The robots aren't really fast enough to do anything like this quickly. Okay, I have to stop here. I'll have to get a bunch of landfill. That one won't need landfill. I'll probably pull them both together in the middle and set the station up there. Okay. Landfills. I'm gonna need more big electric poles, which, if I'd left a requester chest, I would have added them. Nine shots fired for 7 meteors. I'm glad I have 10. I think 7 is the highest I've seen now. That's what I'm looking for. More of these. These should be improved. So, I don't have any of my rail signals. Ugh. But this will be a new, previously unexpected line. That will need to be dealt with appropriately. It's a terrible place to have to build an intersection. Okay, where was the... There. I copy that. Make that work. I don't have cliff explosives automated. I've still been doing it manually. Barrel explosives grenades shouldn't be bad. Okay, yeah, robots are getting to work, so I can leave everything that doesn't need cliff explosives And down here, I will turn this into an intersection. It won't just be a corner. It's not even going to return this, but it's going to go there, so... The return route would be a right turn instead of up. Well, up is fine at this stage. One of my robots? It is. The cliff explosives are fine. They can just sit where they are. Where's my robot? There he is. Wish I didn't have to get this all set up. Page up. Nope, numpad plus. I'll go there. The copper needs to be built. The other copper probably doesn't need landfills. These poor worms will live there forever. Fish. What a waste of space. Cancel that. Got kind of lucky on those falling. Got enough space between the previous one. Robot, please. Probably need transport belts. Duplicate. Make a copy. Oh no, I have to run all the way back. Should have been paying more attention. I have coal that will help a little, maybe? Well, either way. I need to upgrade this so that it uses red belts. Can jetpacks run on wood? No, good. It shouldn't be able to. Yeah. Oh yeah, it would have kept flying. It just would have done the pop-up. Ooh, spitters. Okay, no, I need to... They are actually aggressive. This can be fed over here. Set the station up there is probably easier. Feed both of these, balance it, build the station. Turn off. A little bit of space to spare. Then the station. It's fine about, yeah, about there. Might as well do this while I'm here. Starting probably there. Okay. Now what's not needed? I put them all backwards. That was bad. Should be fine. Doesn't like that. That's fine. This is all stuff that I should have improved with the tier 2s or the medium electrics. I will continue to delay until I have more. Requester chests. I build. These are iron sticks, which I probably have absolutely none of those stored. Let's do 10 times 80, 100 copper cables. 10 concrete, which is a logistics thing. Always messes with me. 50 steel, and then I can multiply it more easily from here. Which is just another 10, it's not really multiplying much. Self-inflicted problems. They're the best. I can run by here. If I was carrying a locomotive, it would save a lot of time. I do regret not bringing a locomotive with me when building this train. These train tracks. Not too far. Kind of wonder if carrying a cargo rocket would be funny. Carry a cargo rocket, fly into space, fly back down to get back home with all my stuff. It would be carrying so much rocket fuel that it would be completely impractical. Like if I ever decided to run over here, it might be worth it to be prepared for that. Okay, let's steal some of that. So it's gonna empty out all my garbage. It's gonna pull these. I do have iron sticks and logistic storage. Good. Now I just need train stops and stuff, which, again, should be crafting. 6 hours to coronal mass ejection. Should still be fine. Power is incredibly buffered. Peak power use is only 170, which is plenty. 228, yeah, plenty. So I'm making a ton of electric poles, which should be automated, but I feel silly to automate. I need... Wait, are my robots crafting? Okay, red circuits being the issue is expected. Given the current... Well, the copper shortage isn't affecting the... I guess if I'm currently getting copper, it doesn't actually mean much. Ooh, that's good copper as well. That would have been much easier to connect to. Oh well. I can get that later, and it will be easy. Belt upgrades are not necessary yet, but eventually they'll be nice. Combinators. Don't forget combinators. My robots crash a lot. Oh yeah, there's the dead corpse of a robot. Cool. Oh, that's kind of neat. They drop their cargo and then they fall a bit, seemingly. Or it's that they fly up here, but even though they're flying here, they're actually down there. So it was here, but it was visually up at this level, and they bob around a bunch. It's interesting. Okay. Which, actually, I should have set this to one big electric, because then I could change it and multiply it. Good for the future. I got distracted. Somebody was trying to craft. Ooh, what are these? Long junction. Central junction with side connections, good for moving fluid through assembly lines. Okay, so instead of individual pipes, it's more efficient. Instead of 3 pipes, it costs 2 pipes to go 3. And it has side components. Where'd they come from? Like, where are they from? There should be nothing... There must be something within the boundary that I missed that somehow... Is it that? That little path there is how they get across? I thought I checked around, but that's the only thing I can imagine. It has to be the tiny, like, itty bitty pathway here. And they're coming from there? I mean, because this I assume would aggro down there before it would aggro up there. But this hitting that and they pathfind up through that little path makes sense to me. Oh, no, there's apparently one right here, which isn't in the cloud. But I did miss it, so I'm glad I caught it. It must have spread from... That must have spread from that tiny path there, maybe? I should go wipe that guy out. And place a bunch of laser turrets with big electric poles leading to it. Probably... Might not need walls. I should probably just do it via landfills. I thought I'd checked everything, but I guess I missed that. I think it looks sufficiently funneled, though, that I might not need to bother with anything more than just a ton of lasers. Like, I don't think I'll need walls, because the lasers should be enough. I might need to worry about repairs eventually. Like, I kind of feel at that distance, it might be better to, if I need to repair it, to build a tank, give it power from solar panels or something, RTG, and just have it have a bunch of repair kits and bots in its system to just repair that one area. Because then I can move it back and forth if really necessary. Okay, that train won't hit me. It's good that I was here when this happened. I probably should have addressed that issue sooner, because they were attacking there and I didn't know where they came from, even before I built all of the lasers and walls and stuff. So I should have probably figured out where they were coming from before just dismissing it. Okay, don't get it by a train. Okay. I could set up a signal. I think setting up a signal to track, just for not having to count, track the number of occupied depots. Try to see if there's a way to do it based on time. And like, if there isn't at least one depot occupied in any given minute, alert me, and then I just need to add more trains. It feels unnecessary, but it feels like it could be a fun, if fairly simple, I think, system to set up. gonna put a lot of lasers. Like, too many lasers. That should be safe now. I'm gonna borrow my power for a second. Give me a substation. Painless enough. Oh, I should use my fancy free weapons for this. Because I'm not going to use them until I can craft more. So I might as well have made use when it would matter. Okay. That's kind of an issue design-wise. The laser turrets look the same as a cluster of nests. Kind of wish they were a different color. Okay, I'm gonna double check. That doesn't connect. I know that doesn't connect. There's nowhere else they could have come from, so it had to have been here. Which means my problem should be solved. My worker robots are about to be a lot faster. And then even faster. That was 150, that's 250. I think I should make sure this is still working. That's going well. That's going well. They'll have tons of those. Okay, that's gonna keep running for a long time. If I get attacked again, I have no idea, and I probably should place down just 700 radars. If I scan surface, confirm hostile extinction, it sets it to 0. Interesting. If I scan that, will it... No, it just stopped. It didn't rescan to locate. Oh no, it is rescanning. Good. It looks like it's rescanning. This will basically verify if there's anything I missed in there, I hope. They're doing well. I have been distracted by biters. I should put some of these into a passive provider. So that they can get building. Oh, I'm missing one. So I should be able to build. I just need more rail signals and stuff. Do they have the same recipes? Electronic and iron. The issue with this is it doesn't leave the items in there. I should just make 2 assemblers. I would love to just make one and then have it switch as necessary. But they eject all the items even if the ingredients are the same. Oh, there. Okay, that was just simple. Iron those, sticks and steel. So iron those is easy because they're everywhere. Do I have sticks and feel conveniently close together. Steel and those. If iron, I can make sticks. Sticks are not hard to craft. I just want to be... don't try to be too lazy. Just craft the necessary sticks. Close. I'm not... No. So this, that, and iron. I don't think those need to expand anytime soon. These can be split, those can be split, they can be merged. So I can craft the basic train components right here. So. I can just keep running that down, that's fine. Which, actually, I think I should put that further up if I'm gonna do that. This will make me iron sticks. Belts. I want probably 4 to 1 to 1. It's like, do you have it all? Like, do you have the whole layout planned out and everything for that? Just, you're getting everything you need based on your intended design, and it takes a lot of time to get it all there, or get it all together and get it all there. I'm trying to make rail stops, 0.5 seconds, okay. I don't need them that fast, I can just do this. Heat pipes. Is it for... Do you have to deal with heat for, some of the... Are you processing all the different stuff or just for whatever this specific planet is? I need an output. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's bad, but it's fine. I probably don't need more than... I don't even need this many, but it's cheap enough. That I forgot that I need iron, not the other one. Whoops. That's fine. Nuclear. Did you ever end up... Like, did you run a big nuclear on Nauvis, or did you do, like, 4 and then it was good enough and now you're building it bigger on the other planet? Does the coronal mass ejection, like, randomly or non-randomly switch between each planet? So, like, this is Nauvis, then other planet, then other planet? Or is it... I assume it's a worry on plenty of planets. Ah, so... Overkill. Always good. Oops, I didn't restrict those. I need belts. I need more belts than this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it'd be weird. It'd be very weird if the coronal mass ejection only affected Nauvis, because then it's kind of a weird, like, oh, you solved it pretty much within 48 hours of play. It's never going to be... Way... Ah, yes. In case I need them. I could use some more. And maybe some more drills. Not assemblers, but that's fine. Distracted. Yeah, like, it'd be... I wonder how that... Basically, I'm curious about this page. It'd be interesting to see when I get there. Maybe once I set up on a planet, it'll just be directly added to the list, and that would be the simplest. Yes. Having to worry, it feels kind of silly. The idea of worrying about the meteors and the coronal mass ejection on other planets, just because unless you're super speedrunning something, I imagine you generally have the solutions to those before you reach any other planets. Why is that blinking? It's blinking, it's not staying one color, so it's just that it's not how it should be. Because it is infinite? It just goes into an unconnected end? No. Oh, it is a connector. That one is in this direction. I'm confused. Ah, okay, so that's probably something that will get fixed when it's actually built properly. Okay. So, no sense in worrying. And clear all this garbage. Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if the... Well, it looks like it could be. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was just not attached properly because robots are capable of mispositioning. So it looks fine. It must just be the lead up. I'll deal with it in the future. Which is... The future's not very far. But if it's not working when everything's hooked up, everything is otherwise hooked up correctly, then that's when it will be a problem. Kind of like, it's like not worrying too soon about stuff is a good idea. Because like, it's like, sometimes if you buy stuff, or you pay for something online, whatever, occasionally there exists like, I don't know, verification charges that go away. I don't know why it's done. It could be something like that, where it will go away once everything's ready. Or it will be a problem, and I will have to address it, but... This is not going to be well distributed at all. Really just needs to be good enough, but... if I do this, this is 20. That is 40. Yeah, so 31. Do that, that's 40. And that's 31. It's kind of an unfortunate split. Because I guess I just go top, bottom, 2 different groups for now. Merging those top ones should be fine. I love the angry ghost icon. It is excellent. It mostly conveys what it's supposed to convey. And it's funny. Am I low on belts? No, I'm not. Okay. These produce 0.54 a second. These can handle 30 a second. I think that's... I can't remember if it's 30 per side or 30. Both sides combined. 51 and 45. That's pretty good. Okay, so just total. So 30. It can handle about 15 per side. Which means combining both of those should be fine. Eight and 6 is fine. 8 and 4 is fine. Those should be combinable. These will not be 22 and 19. Not really combinable. But I'll just do this for now. I'll do that while building. Please, robots. Got it all. At least the math is simple if it's the total. Because I think... Oh, yes. The issue with that is the... productivity having a fairly meaningful impact on the value from each drill. Where it's not as nice as it could be. It's 0.54 instead of a nice tidy number, like 0.5. I'm not even gonna try to balance this well. Because I think it's unnecessary right now. This is meant to fix my immediate issue. And my immediate issue just needs a flow of copper. Nope, not that, not that, not that. The tree. Have they connected that? Good. Yeah, the iron is not quite good enough. But I guess if one side is still full, then it is enough. It just looks bad. But it's not actually a problem. If I do this, can I... Okay, I should... Well, I guess that relies on the bots, which is a little slower. When I'm trying to have them clear the forest in front of me. This is all connected, I just need power. No, it looks like it's still... going slowly. It's just, it's very slow. And I added the, no, it's 2 worker robots in a row, which is probably the reason. Like, I decided to move the worker robots after the previous one, despite all this other stuff, because it felt like the most immediate upgrade. But I checked, and I still have a lot of these. I am about to run out, though. So I guess you're just psychic? Or no, maybe I'm not about to run out. I didn't move it into there. No, I didn't move it into there, so you're not psychic. I'm just disorganized. I wish there... From modded Minecraft, I really wish there was a way to, like, middle click to sort... Wait. Inventories in this, because I love being able to sort inventories. Without having to actually do it myself. Okay, fly and along the rail. That's not centered properly before, but it's not an issue. That will have to be adjusted for roboports if I add them, but it's fine. I could double up roboports, just put them more frequently, it wouldn't be an issue. It is very slow though, if I actually spend any time looking at it. Okay. Copy this again. I should add this to the blueprint. Okay, that's fuel. And then there. I don't have any steel. I don't have any bulk inserters because those are not automated because I'm delaying. Oops, wrong button. I'm delaying too much on the bulk inserters. It would probably benefit me greatly. But for now, circuits are needed for bulks. And gear wheels. Do I have gear wheels in a chest? Not really. Should probably change that soon. It's my own fault that I can't find them. I'm just dumping them all in one place. But sorting. Ooh, I need that. Sorting would be so nice. If I didn't have to do it. I shouldn't have 23 roboports in here. That's wasteful. 86 laser turrets. I think I am... I'm not scrolling down far enough, I bet. No? Where are the gear wheels? 144 there. Should be another 100, I think. There. Okay. Yeah, there's more circuits. Shouldn't dump the circuits here. That's very lazy. Give me a bunch of these. So this will finish this. I have to figure out how I want this to reconnect. Guess I'd rather I build that line across and I have it turn up there and I figure out. I think this is just a return path. So it's just gonna be a simple connection, which that return path doesn't need to go here. This will only go up, but it will be usable as like an additional path in the future. Get me the width. Perfect. This will eventually travel that way, which means I'll need to move that. But if I don't need to worry about proper placement yet, I won't. This is kind of where the automated blocks would really come in handy. Or the blueprinted blocks. Then I can include signals and not have to run around like this. Okay. That doesn't look right. Why is there no signal there? Does my blueprint... Blueprint might be missing a signal. I can't see anything with all these trees. Oh, actually, there should be a... Should be a chain signal. The regular rail signal there. Chain signal, rail signal, chain. Still flashing. Chains through to there. I doubt this is the issue. It could be that I'm missing signals down here and it loops around itself. Doesn't seem likely. Oops, misclick. Those are happy enough. Yeah, I can just feed these two separately. Once one of these runs out, it will be a problem if I don't mix them together, but that's future me's problem. I don't want to spend this time trying to figure out how to mix these 8 lines. Let's probably just split it into these two are the same, those two are the same, those are the same, those are the same. So just 2 of these and 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, and just mix those two, and it should be equal. Well, these are not the same. These are the same. And that should work, which would probably be very worth doing. I'll pay it forward to future me and try to sort that out. Everything running? Nope. Up here. Okay. It's not looking good. I just have to adjust this. And for simplicity, there. So, this will feed into that. I'll build another one there. I guess top 2 here will go upwards sooner. Then I need those 2. Put on the lower... No, put on the higher side. Undo that. There. Then These will feed into here. These are already there, so this splitter is not necessary, but it looks better. And 2 of these need to go here, which could be made slightly more compact by turning that sooner. That should be fine. It's not really blueprintable with how I built it, but I think that should fulfill its purpose. I think that it's not a blueprintable thing, and I could probably draw from this to create one that's blueprintable. There's probably a better way to do it than like, because what I'm doing is it's just 4 of these. So if I could do this really quick, probably, in an open space. Shouldn't have the robots build it. Like, 2 sets of inputs, and then I just need the inputs to mix in those. Which I can space it differently is probably for the best. Yeah. I mean, this one here. The only reason I did this is because this one will run out way before this one, I think. And I'm paying it forward myself. Like, it's not, okay, if I space these out more, I should be building these. And I have that. This can feed into there. I want it to look not awful. Okay, so it won't be correct to do it this way. No, yeah, because... yeah, it make... like, I can't put into words. It does make sense why it would not work. I'm gonna do this just for the moment. If I tear it in half, because I think that would look interesting. This and that are the same. I'm gonna move on. I didn't even spend much time, but I should probably make my train stuff functional first, instead of getting sidetracked. Still don't know why this is flickering. I don't need that line, so I can clear that. It's not an issue. Long term, it not solving it will be a problem, but... actually, I'm gonna stop there. It's not bad. Because I need one there anyway. Nothing else is flickering. That's fine. This should be functional now. It's connected here. I don't have stations along the way, so I should add something up there. But I can name it, and then it will start supplying copper to my moderately copper-starved base. Oh, wait, this is a merge. You don't need to worry about it for merges. Oops. Didn't think about that. Genuinely didn't expect that to matter. Really didn't cross my mind. Okay, that should be fine, yeah. Okay. So, I think I should be able to turn this one into a pickup. And here goes the train. This train should be full of fuel. I should probably set up the depot. I should either only add new trains at the refuel station, or I should set up the depot to refuel the trains that are sitting there anyway. To make sure it gets back safely, so I'm just going to continue to watch it. This fills quickly enough. I don't know if my station in the main area is good enough. There might be a problem there. Stop looking for a second. My copper drop off won't cause any backups. Okay, that's fine. And change the train limit. Good. Oh yeah, I should set it up so that I don't have to manually put fuel in when I place it down. I think that would be having a place to... Well, no, that would defeat the purpose. If I have to build them in one place, I might as well build them at the refuel for that initial building. Unless that... There's a space exploration thing that can be used to put down tanks and cars. I should see if that can put down locomotives and stuff. I'm assuming not, because that feels kind of too complex, placing it onto a track. But... okay. But it's probably worth thinking about for me. Okay, yeah, obviously that's gonna stop because I have 2 stops there, which is fine. As long as I train limit it. Good. This one's train limited to 1. Good. Probably just different setups. It's not ideal to have it sitting here. But it's better to sit here. It makes no difference whether it sits here or sits there. It's basically the same. I kind of want to see if that bioweapon will explode this entire nest. I don't think there's enough fighters, though. But if this island fills up with critters, and I just shoot one and they just all explode, it will be glorious. Okay, but how's copper doing? It's currently not doing okay because that other train just delivered. But with the exception of the train not delivering copper, it actually was in a pretty good spot for these other components. So I think copper's fine. I don't know if I need to address iron soon, because this is sitting here loading, and that's not ideal. I mean, iron is... Why J? Okay. Oh, that was weird. Okay. Iron is easy to address. I have iron here. And I could skip the train deal. Why is it this way? Did I misnumber these? 90, 80, 70, 60. I guess there's just a lot more trains that go into the depot than I thought. Should change this name. No, that'll cause problems right now. I should consider turning that into the fluid name for oil drop-off. For eventual pyro and oil train interchangeability. Yeah, actually, yes. The offloading is worth considering. I mean, I can leave some things. I don't need to offload everything right away. Like, I can leave my stone for now. But iron, I probably should plan to build, like, somewhere. It's just, this is in such a weird spot with how I designed the rest of this, where it would just be a dedicated weird loop, which would be fine, I think. Just having a weird turn-off here that goes and reconnects to the return line over here shouldn't be an issue. Yes, when I get to that, yeah. I guess I'm thinking using the trains for the stone, but leaving some of the processing, some of the materials being processed here. Like, when this clears up of iron and copper, I could do stone here, I think. Like, I think some stuff being processed here would be fine. Just once I switch off of the other objects, because once none of this other stuff is flowing through here, I could probably change the layout, get more. I could probably rip out the top half, have more running, and have the entire bottom be stone or something. Oh, yes. My life support. I should add life support to this. I don't know where life support is. Life support is manufacturing. I think that is an incorrect classification. I think life support should be under equipment. Generally, I can get behind a lot of the specifics. I think most of this being under manufacturing is fine. I sort of feel like the life supports should be classified as equipment. Even if they might have things that they're used for, just for ease of actually finding them, I think it would make sense for them to be classified differently. Oh, actually, kills in the last hour. Kills? What? Oh, Pipes got killed, yes. Kills, losses, yes. So yeah, I'm fairly consistently getting attacked. I didn't notice that. It's good to actually look at these numbers sometimes. 0 minutes ago, a small spitter was killed. Okay, distracted. Copper, I think, is fine now. It looks good. Iron I have to deal with soon enough, but that can wait a little. I was going back to space. That was my goal. I have my electric labs. I need more combinators. I didn't set up combinator crafting. I use copper cables for all the 2 normal types. The 3 normal types. These copper... I'm not going to leech those copper cables. That would be... a bad idea. I am, however, going to make a bad choice. Produce these here. Feed them onto a belt. There's 3 varieties of combinator, which I will need to move that. Gonna move it that way. Okay. Bring this down this way. These are, again, these really don't need proper flow. It'd be so much better to handle with robots. Never need this many at once, but they're cheap enough that I'd rather have more than I need. That is going at max speed. Okay. I'll bring a stack of each combinator up that I actually need, which would just be arithmetic. Oh no, I do need the multipliers, which is arithmetic. So yeah, just arithmetic and constant. It is a little slow. Oops, misplaced. Because I can't place it there. Because it just doesn't work. What's this belt for? Red circuits. Red circuits are low because they're all being used up. Because they're being produced kind of slowly. I have space to speed these up. But I think it's just fixing the... Oh yeah, I did double this, didn't I? That's probably why it's a problem now. Which I probably should try... I should be working towards scaling this up more. Or leave it how it is and just plan to do it somewhere else. Probably better to do that. It's good enough for what I need right now. Okay, I'm gonna actually cut these all the way down. I didn't want to. Oh, selector. Decider. I don't need the selector. Wait, I never figured out what this did. Select input, count input. Outputs the number of distinct input signals. Select a specific signal out of all input signals. So it's a way to separate... If you have a bunch of things running on the red wire, but you only want a specific signal from it, you can choose it? I'm gonna continue to pretend that probably just doesn't exist for now. Because that is beyond me to even think of what I would use it for. Okay. For the sake of not forgetting stuff, I will place this stuff in here. Don't need those. I need the batteries. I need the labs. I don't need 30 labs. I need 20 labs. That's fine. Too many is not an issue. I need rocket parts, which I don't have. Stored. I'm low on that. Is that... red circuits. I guess I do need to address this. Maybe I... see if I can scale it up by just placing more and maybe using productivities. It'll be more efficient and more machines. Okay, if I productivity these... it is 12% more at 30% less speed. I think that's worth scaling it up. Yeah. Very... I'm 12 well... 1/12 of me is 12% more productive. That is a great point. How much faster are these? 1.25 versus I assume 1. And more modules. It's valuable. What is methane ice? 4. It's just methane gas used for something. Fuel, I guess? That feels kind of silly. And very unnecessary. Outside of, like, where you're forced to make solid fuel and methane gas to get processed fuel. I hope it has a use, because that it doesn't look particularly promising. If I do scale this up, how do I... where do I cut? If I cut here... or copy, not cut. If I do that, if I placed it here, it would be a problem. I think what I should do... figure out the distance, stand in the correct spot, mark that, and then copy from one below. And then figure it out from there. These inserters will be... the inserters might be a problem. Because the ratio of grabbing might not work as intended. Hopefully it does. Just... okay, that's not needed. I don't really need to upgrade this, I just don't have a lot of the lower tier belts. Then this can go here. This can go... how much space did I didn't give myself any space, good. Regardless, none of those should be running with anything but productivity. Just to get this moving in the immediate time. I don't think those upgrades will make. This is so much less janky though, it's great. Compared to my previous system for these. Okay, then I need to copy the top. That's not right. Why is that not correct? Ah, no, that makes sense. It should be there. Control shift is the real answer. Oops. Undo that. Oh, you can also filter them that way. That's good. It's not just requester chests. Okay, current issue is I didn't loop the copper. Probably underproducing copper, which is fine. For now. This area could improve with substations. Well, no, the copper looks fine. It's just taking a while to collect, but soon it should be fully, it should back up with what it looks like. It should be collecting here. Oh no, this is counting down, which means that there is less copper and more production. Which I can do with speed upgrades, I could do with another one of these, which won't fit. The answer is probably speed upgrades. Or leave it how it is and think about beacons later when I unlock them. How far are those? Oops, I don't know how to spell. Beacons are a little far. Transmits the effect of modules to nearby within 3 tiles. Ooh, wait, you actually should be extra careful, because if it overloads if multiple hit, you have to be even more cautious. Oh yeah. Like this one here would work. I could put a beacon here and a beacon there, and there'd be no problems. But that's about the only thing I could do with beacons. I mean, I could line beacons on the outside of some of these, but yeah, a lot of this wouldn't be beaconable. None of this is beaconable. I don't have space. Yeah. I think trying to freeform all these like factory components and trying to manage these like overloading beacons probably is a bad idea. But it probably works enough. But like, if you want it to be efficient, just sort of doing it freeform is dangerous. Okay, production of red has jumped up from 90 per minute to, I'm going to say, about 140. It's probably what it's going to average out to. Maybe a little lower. That's a good improvement. The only question is, do I still have enough green circuits? It looks like it's fine for now. This is a little short, but that's kind of a resource think anyway. So if all these other things start running, I probably will run out. Okay. Copper is functional. It dropped it off. I guess this train just has been sitting here forever. Like it landed and then it has never moved again. Okay, space manufactory is pretty soon. Those two upgrades. Nuclear reprocessing's nice, but I don't think it's very important. Mining productivity's probably too expensive to justify right now when there's automation to get. I think this is important. But it is, but not here. Not yet. It won't help me right away. Platform scaffolding is important. Might be slightly skippable. Progression-wise, I need the biochemical and the thermodynamics. Plasma generator, production side. So this is the vulcanite line. Thermodynamics is the same, so neither of those are Iceland. Iceland is... No, it is biochemical. Okay. So I guess the biochemical facility is an important line, but I guess I should do the processing ones. Artillery. Do I want to try to get artillery? It's so expensive for how slow I'm going right now. I think it should wait. I should do all the cheap stuff that is important first. Like that. Oh yes, those cards. It's the whole, it's what research becomes, right? It mentioned somewhere in the dialogue that it all becomes simulations that are then fed in. And that has something to do with cards. Data cards. Rough data storage or data. Polished data storage substrate. They have the same name. Chemical gel. Cosmic water goes into supercomputers that gets a bunch of data stuff that then splits into the necessary research. Machine learning data, cool thermofluid. Thermofluid is the radiator. Some of these are kind of gross looking as recipes. It's reducing the temperature, so it's reducing the volume by 2%. I wonder if that's an accurate volume change for any known substance. Cosmic polish, which was under one of these, wasn't it? Contaminated cosmic water? I assume contaminated cosmic water that you then presumably have to decontaminate? Oh yeah, I guess it makes sense. I just think it'd be interesting to like it would be interesting if the way the thermofluid, if it got smaller when it was cooler and warmer when it was hotter, it would just be interesting. But I guess that's just not how it works. It's just, yeah, it is just a loss because there's no other reverse recipe. It's not much of a loss. That's an interesting... Radiates away excess heat from overheated thermal fluid. I wonder how that works. Hypercooling from the heat exchange on thermal fluid, making one hotter and the other cooler. There's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff. Building supercomputers in space. Ooh. Minimum consumption of... No, that's kilowatts, okay. Max of 1 megawatt. Not that much. A lot of supercomputers. You get data formatting. You get machine learning data using the thermofluid, the blank data, and the electronic circuits. Which means you either need... Oh, you can do... Okay, no, because yeah, it says made in the supercomputer. You can only have the supercomputer in space. Okay. I guess that makes it more flexible, or it makes it easier for them to manage the loss. Instead of having every recipe have a slight loss, having it all be loss controlled with the cooling process makes it easier to keep it consistent for small units. That makes sense. And not make it random. Because they could make it a 10% or a 2% chance to lose one thermofluid from any exchange and stuff like that. But it's more consistent. Broken data card, blank data card. Broken data cards will have some sort of process done to them. Blank data, polished data. Polished data is glass and iron. I guess I'm going to be shipping rough data storage substrates up to space in the short term. Because glass and iron it's sourced on land, so you might as well ship it in completed processed form. And you can deal with the scrap before sending it away. Then you ship it to space alongside the required components. You make the blank data cards. The blank data cards are then used to make machine learning data. I don't know where the junk data comes from. Machine learning data that then goes here that then leaves junk data? Yes, okay. Okay. It's a lot of just shipping stuff to space and then processing it. It looks like most of the steps for processing are done on the ground, and then you ship them up to space for the final few steps, and then you research. That doesn't look that bad on the space end of things. And yeah, the feedback loops are kind of neat. Like, I know why it's a percentage thing, and maybe it's not, like, fully random. I assume it's not fully random. I would hope it's, like, pseudo-random or something. Also, why is it 99? What happens... Is it rounded? Somehow? Because 70 and 29 don't add up to 100, so what happens in the 1% chance? Because you still get the thermofluid back. Does it, you just get nothing maybe? Or is it must just be rounding. Yeah, various cleaning. Feels like any sort of, some of these reprocessing things are awkward. I mean, it's just have enough to process it all. Okay, yeah, so it is just it. Poof, gone. Which is fine. It probably doesn't make much of a difference, and it's just an effect. It's a way to have it not be a complete loop. Where does the broken data card go? Is broken data card scrap? But no, if it was scrap, it would just be classified as scrap. I just don't see where I would be processing broken data into something useful yet. But maybe it is chemical gel. Yeah. Broken data. Okay, you can turn broken data into scrap. It's just used into turning it into scrap and then scrapping it. Okay. Which is a little annoying, but it's more scrap. Yeah, it's kind of rough. But it's simple enough to work through. But then the chemical gel being used for the substrate and then again for production. Is this one? Production somewhere? Where is it? How's it used for production? Iron vulcanite, machine learning, plasma stream. The plasma stream, okay. So that's done in a plasma generator. A plasma generator's not in space. I'm trying to find my... Okay, but you can do the... So you have to create the chemical gel in space and then ship it down to turn to plasma to ship back up. Seems a little... Oh no, I guess I misread the thing. Good. That makes sense for safety reasons. Oh yeah, can't place on spaceship. Land or spaceship. I kind of just read spaceship and assumed that it was space. That's silly. I guess that's easier. And the ingredients make sense. Not really a variety of plasmas at that stage. It lists a variety, but it can only do plasma stream. This will be kind of interesting to get to, though. Which I guess means... Obviously, I need to make sure the research is set up so that it will keep going. But I guess the next thing to do is work on visiting another actual planet? Once I have the research stabilized, because there's not anything else to do here. But I should get... I should get water generation in space first. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to ship up. But yeah, if I get this... I think if I get... is it even worth mining this? I guess it is. Just shipping the water up here doesn't feel like it would be that bad. I also left without that. it hasn't been an issue yet. But I left without setting up the water supply. Well, I say that. If I left any inserters, then I could do this, but I don't have any inserters. Oh, I have an insert here. That fixes it. But I don't have the output. Whoa, that's a very long range. Cool. That's silly. I don't know why it's doing that. Do I not have a storage chest? I don't have a storage chest placed down. Not that. Cancel that. There. It seems like... I guess it's probably worth it. Just to clear out the ice that's already here. It won't be permanent, but I guess if it's enough to just not be... Because shipping from Nauvis is probably not the permanent solution anyway. So going with the worst impermanent solution is a bad idea. Because not using this, just to not use it, is pointless. Oh, that will... The math doesn't line up anymore with how I set this up. Because there will be the ratio will not be correct on the water anymore. Is that really all the water? Whoa, that went through the water a lot faster than I expected. I guess I'd already dumped a lot of it. I guess I need to go up there soon, which I was already planning to do. So I guess before I go up, I check the last... I need the boilers? Electric boilers, or chemical plants, but electric boilers. Copper... Heat shield pipe. I should make some of those and bring them up. Because I don't have a lot of copper. So making a stack of these would be a good idea. Because I think it's simpler. Before I go too far, copper, yeah, okay, none of this stuff is over here. 50, 500 steel, 500 copper, no, 5,000 I'm not making 50 of these. I'm gonna make 10, and that's gonna be more than enough. Because there's already one up there. That might already be enough. You know what? Let's do the math. Basic math. This makes 100 water every quarter of a second. That's 400 water per second. That's more than enough with one boiler. I don't even need to bring more. And the most basic, well, no, I was gonna say the most basic of math. Multiplication is like grade 3 math. It's harder than addition. Yeah. Imbalanced. Nerf it. Let's get rid of all this rail. I hate that I can't force that into there. Oh well. Okay, my rail stuff is up here. Oh yeah, the copper is backlogged. Good. Because everything's working. Good. I'm happy about that before I leave. Okay. I don't need landfills in space. I don't need train stuff in space. I do need drills in space because I didn't remember to leave them up there when I was up there. Probably don't need more than 33. Don't need those. Though I don't want those in a passive provider, but that's fine. Steel, I don't need those. Don't need those. Bringing this inserters is good. Don't need those. Or those. I left... I think I left a bunch up there. So I shouldn't need more. Repair kits are worth bringing. Yeah, it was good. I think I could even launch this right now, but it'd be slightly wasteful. I should add another 50? 200 science? And pull out some of this other stuff. Yeah. Well, actually, I could steal some of it right now. Oh, it still has to call for that. Whatever. That saves me time. Well, I can't fly back yet because I don't have any of those. It's a bit of a problem. Why do I have none? I'll figure that out before I stop for today. I've made good progress. I currently have a problem. I can't fly to space because I'm producing too much blue science. Yeah, this is eating up all my red. But if I remove the priority, it should be fine for now. That doesn't need to be prioritized. Yeah, that's low priority. This will give me a little bit of production that has been shut down for a while. Okay, that was a problem. I need to fix that. But I should stop, because if I look at the time, I should have stopped a while ago. This should priority left at least, because I don't think feeding more productivities is helpful right now. Very slow. Very bad to not have a bunch of that saved up. But it will produce now, and I'll be delayed in getting back to space. Maybe this isn't a problem. I should stop, and I know this, but so I don't forget, maybe I can set it up remotely? Except I didn't leave my drills up here. I forgot. If I'd left my drills up, I might actually be able to get the water flowing without me having to fly up here. Ah, what a shame. Oops, not that. This will boil water. Input, output, water. Oh yes, I just need to connect it to that. Which means in theory, if I have pipe to grounds, I can craft pipe to grounds, probably? I assume I can craft pipe to grounds when I'm up there. Boiler. I'll funnel it all directly into there, I think. And then that will work. I don't have the drills. I can set that up. I can feed it. It'll be easy. Oh yeah. It's mostly just that I can't go up there at all right now. Ah. I have to actually change the recipe. I just assumed it was magic. Oh, it does have a real recipe. Cool. That makes more sense. I guess it's because it's... Well, the electric boiler is a modded thing anyway, isn't it? Ooh, can I craft a drill remotely? No, because I don't have stone. Yeah, it's sort of... if I could get it going remotely, then I wouldn't be wasting potential... wouldn't potentially be wasting research time, which might happen while waiting for my necessary rocket parts to be made. Unless I can reclaim rocket parts that have gone into the rocket. Without breaking it. Yeah, I think it just got up to being about full. Yeah, they're close to full. Okay, this recipe calls for it's one cosmic water for 5. And that's the amount... The pipeline is 864. So I've almost... 800... 4,000? I have more than 4,000 space science saved up. So that's a non-issue for now. Yeah, that's there. 4,000 science is enough to keep me going for a long time. Good thing my laboratories are slow. And efficient. Good thing I didn't put speed in there. Maybe. 25 times 125. Yeah, I only brought up 3,000 packs. Okay, so that's totally fine. As long as this is fine. I have this much science to go through. Well, minus the military science, because most of these don't call... Well, these call for military. At least, but most of them don't. So that is the sticking point, and the water won't be a problem. Okay, so that won't be wasted. I do need to collect these. I need 13. It'll take a little while, but... I wonder if I should... set up a circuit? I wonder if I can set up a circuit here. Where this... that circuit won't work because I still have to control this. But if I put a circuit controlling that belt, where it's enabled, if it can judge if a cargo thing is there. I don't remember which section. Space. If there's a space capsule greater than 0, it is enabled. So once I put a space capsule in there, it will continue to fill. But until I put a capsule, it will collect. I think that's worth it for right now. Basically, I don't want to break this because I'll forget that I broke it. And then I'll be like, oh, why isn't it filling up? But instead, by controlling it so that as long as I don't put a space capsule in, it doesn't input these, so that's not going to work. 13. I guess I should just put these in my inventory. I just don't want it to input them when it doesn't need the sections, because unless I can pull sections out of here, if they sit here unnecessary, then I imagine if I broke it I could get them back, the items, but that's not worth it. It'd be a huge time waste. Okay, so I need 8 more, so I can just wait. Because these are slow. It's the rocket telemetry. But the rocket telemetry should have no problems going. For the foreseeable future, it's just slow. What is this going? Oh, yes, that's fair. One of these, 2 of these don't actually feed into the chest, which is fine for now, but is not ideal. Yep. Okay, so. Obviously, first thing I do next is get the water. Once the water's here, I need to probably change the layout, get energy, get 2 or 3 more labs. Probably don't need 3, but I have enough material for 3. Figure out where to put them, probably up there. And then I'm done in orbit again. I think I can leave at that point. No, I have to set up the circuits, which will just be copying the stuff down below up to here and then sending it out from here. Which means that before I do that, I probably disconnect the circuit and deal with that on the ground. Yeah. Which will... I mean, I could do this. Just... that should copy it properly. And I can at least figure out where I want to put it. I mean, putting it there is fine. With the same controls. I'll need to wire it to this. So this probably doesn't connect there. This connects there. And then the question of... okay, this also should connect to here. I guess once it's moved to process, then it's fine. I don't need to connect all of these. Everything here doesn't need to be connected. Just, yeah, all the boxes need to be connected. I think if I keep the requesters... oh, that's a lot of belts. Am I really out of small motors? I'm surprised. 2 belts. I mean, that's a lot of belts. Like, if I keep the request just low enough, it's not... It will mess with it, but it's not horrible. Yeah. I guess that's that's an easier metric to how much longer it can go. Like, this should be connected if... Well, this was just sort of a temporary storage, but I guess until it's no longer being used, it should definitely be connected. And I mean, there's really no reason not to connect at least that one. That's temporary, but it's still there. But yeah, if I keep these numbers low, I think it's fine. If the request is like, oh, 10 extra. As long as the ratio is correct. Oh no, it's small enough. It'll just be a bit extra that just is here, but it shouldn't accumulate over time. I think it should be fine. For like small bits. That's that. Once this is set up, I can leave. After I leave, I never looked at Shinzo. I never looked at Shinzo because it's bad. It has copper. That's a lot of copper. And a lot of iridite. That might not be a bad planet. Maybe I was a bit harsh. That is cool to see. Huge amounts of copper. Yeah, like it'll be a little sitting there and it won't be 27 million copper. It's so cool to see these big numbers because big numbers are... There's something fun about big numbers. I don't know why. Probably some weird psychology. It does have uranium, so this could power itself as a planet and just process and ship copper. Okay, as long as it's bots running into each other, it's fine. Shinzo's not that useful. Anything useful in the orbit? Absolutely nothing. It's just empty, which is fine, because that's an open space to work with, I assume. Can you land in an empty space and just float to build? You must be able to. It was Maelstrom? No. Hagen? Hagen was the good planet. I think. Non-waterless. So, I mean, waterful. Cryonite right by the initial area. Water. I guess I have to choose... Yes, basically. Can I favorite them? I mean, I can increase priority. I can put flags on stuff. No, put flags. Maybe these exist. I guess I just have to remember names. It shouldn't be too difficult. So Hagen and Ruamati. I guess I can look there. I can sort by primary resource. I can go to there or here. And then it's better to go to the other one because that helps with the processing. For the water for vulcanite blocks? Vitamelange, not relevant yet. Rocket fuel is rocket fuel. Is it that you... I guess these planets are always... Well, I mean, the ice one wasn't waterless, but I guess if I don't have a water place that has vulcanite, I assume you should never have it because, I don't know, aesthetically it feels like an intentional restriction that should exist. Hagen would be better because of the water. The water is good for the smelting. For the bricks. The blocks. Is that it? It's just the blocks and the sulfur? Unless you can mine... I assume you can't mine sulfur. That feels like I would have seen it. Crushed vulcanite, enriched vulcanite, water, petroleum, sulfur. Yeah, sulfur is water and petroleum, so it needs... I would need to have oil, which is a lot of oil. Oil and water for the sulfur. Water for the... That's pretty good, setting up near there. Water for the actual blocks. And the water is made better by cryolite slush plus water makes water ice. Cryolite slush. Cryonite? Cryolite? It is cryonite. Cryonite slush is cryonite rod and sulfuric acid. Can I do sulfuric acid there? Do I have oil? I do not. So I do have oil. Just not a crazy amount. So it'll really depend on how fast... how well the oil handles. But if it's enough oil on the planet, then I won't have to ship oil for sulfur. But if I only need it for sulfuric acid, sulfuric acid's pretty... It's not like super efficient, but 2 sulfur is 30 petroleum gas. 5 sulfur is 50 sulfuric acid. And it's 1 sulfuric acid for 10 cryonite slush. I probably don't need that much oil for the cryonite for ice. Okay, that's ready to launch. I can get myself back up into space. Once I check, I have the drills, I have arithmetic, I have constant. I really don't need that. I have extras of those, that's fine. I have a few inserters of each type. I think once this stuff is grabbed by my robots that are not coming to grab it, I thought this was in range. Oh, I was just out of range. Barely. Right there. I guess I can launch, and then next week on Saturday, I guess I continue. I finish with this setup. Unless this number will change when I hit enter. It didn't. Good. 28 out of 40. I have the labs. I put those inside. It's all fine. get it set up, I leave, then I guess I can move towards setting up. The next element. Do I have any of these to spare? I do, good. Start these before I forget. Batteries and science. Should have dumped those directly into here, that was silly. That will build my labs. It'll speed up my science by 3 or 4 times. It'll be great. I need to set this up. Ooh, those, yeah, they cost 10 each. That's pretty expensive. And then I can leave. And circuit stuff will need to be set up before I leave. Though it can kind of be set up while I'm here. Yeah, same area. Awkward angle. That's fine. But this will connect. I have to set that up. But it's going well. It's good progress. Maybe I can go to a new planet next week. Probably not. Probably need to do some work on Nauvis setup. I should probably set up iron and copper with the new smelting. The new smelting option, trying to plan around the eventual pyro light stuff as much as I can. And it will work wonderful. And then soon I'll be in another planet. Not yet though. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for hanging out. Have a nice night, day, etc. Bye-bye.